Hello, folks. How are you doing? And welcome to our channel. So today, at the time of filming, is the 18th of July, 2025, and we're going to look at some royalish areas in this video. We're going to look at list who leaked the Palace Summit, the Palace Peace Summit. Was Harry trying to push William out of the Palace Peace Summit? Harry in Angola and Diana and Sophie. I think what I'll do, I'll read it in a different order. I'm going to read on. No, I won't actually. I'll keep it in alignment. So, uh, allegedly, well, there's no allegedly about it. There was a peace summit. What is it with the press and these big dramatic words like peace summit? I'll have to use it in the thumbnail just to, be seen. But yes, peace summit. What's wrong with talks? And I'm only joking. So, who leaked the peace summit? According to a headline this morning, somebody leaked the fact that Harry's team and the King's team got together to allegedly discuss a way forward. So let's have a look at that. I'm going to be using the tarot and traditions for this bit. I'm just going to pick 6 cards for this question. Who leaked the peace summit talks? Okay. And then we'll look for Charles's side and then Harry's side. Okay, and see what comes up. Who leaked the peace summit? Page of Cups. So somebody, I think it's Harry. Bless his little cotton socks. Simply because this is somebody with an experience, naivety, can also be a son. Now, this could be Charles's side. There could be somebody inexperienced. We'll see as the reading goes on. But straight away, we've got somebody here that wants to be seen, and we've got that old Henry VIII energy coming in. Me, myself, and I. Very egotistical coming in. This could also lead on to the next question, which is Harry trying to push William out? But we'll work in order. We'll work in order. Justice and balance. Somebody wanting to take control of the narrative. Page of Swords in reverse, but it wasn't a wise move. I said 6 to the 9. Two of Wands in reverse. Manifestation in reverse. The World in reverse. And the Queen of Cups in reverse. So what I'm feeling with this is again, this is a repetitive pattern. This is a repetitive pattern because I'm being shown with the Queen of Cups that Diana used to do similar things where there'd be a meeting, things would be leaked. But I will pull on individuals. So from what I see in there, my feeling is it came from Harry. And I'm going to say as well with this, and I'm not sticking up for him, I'm just being logical. And it's something that keeps coming to me. And it's possibly the same with Diana when we look at her and Sophie. With Harry, and you can ask any psychologist this, you're dealing with a 12-year-old. You're not dealing with an adult. Yes, physically as an adult man, but you're dealing with a 12-year-old. There's so much trauma that lad's had to deal with that it's like literally stunted his emotional intelligence. And that's one of his big problems. So that's why his behavior a lot of the time, and Diana's, because I think the same happened with Diana. I think she stayed that little girl whose mummy left her, parents divorced, etc. And I think it stunts their emotional maturity. Um, yes. So let's have a look. Let's start with the king. King first. King's energy. Did King Charles leak the peace talks? I can't even say the word. Peace talks, summit, whatever it is. The meeting. King Charles. Queen of Wands in reverse. The Tower. He wants it to be cleared and sorted out. He wants to get to the bottom of something. Um, but again, we've got Queen of Wands, which can be Megan's card in reverse. Let's keep pulling. Two of Pentacles in reverse. Eight of Wands. He's keeping his communication open. Emperor in reverse. Death and rebirth. Emotional fulfillment in reverse. Be interesting to see. Any clarifiers? I'm going to pull for, and I'm going to keep those cards out. Yes, I am. Yes. And I'm going to pull for Harry now. I'm going to compare the lines. Well, this is for Harry. Was it Harry that let the cat out of the bag in relation to the peace talks? Same amount of cards for Prince Harry. Illusion, Seven of Cups. Overwhelm at the bottom. The Fool in reverse. The Empress, the Creator. Oops. Five of Pentacles, the Pity card. Three of Coins, collaboration with others. And yes, Nine of Pentacles. It wasn't the King. The King wants to communicate. He wants to get to the bottom of this. He's feeling fed up with it. He's feeling exasperated with it. Whereas Harry is all over the place. He gets an opportunity and somehow sabotages it. We've got the Empress wound, the mother wound right at the middle. The Empress is also the creator. So I'd say from looking at that, that Harry, again, looking for his own agenda, his own needs, repeating the same patterns from how his mother used to act at times, bless her heart. Um, I'd say it's Harry. So, oh, it's come from Harry's side. Right, so we've done that. Now we're going to pull with a different deck, and we're going to pull on whether Harry is trying to push William out, William and his family, because allegedly they were not told of these peace talks or they didn't have a representative at these peace talks. So the deck I'm going to be using for this is the Golden Tarot by Cat Black. Is Harry, or was, because these meetings have happened, was Harry trying to push William out in the peace talks and keep it just between um, him and the king? King of Cups, strength at the bottom, keep pulling. Knight of Wands, someone's agenda coming in. Seven of Cups, illusion. A lot of things going on here, not as simple as we think. Six of Cups, something being passed down, repeating competition between brothers. We know it's there, it has been there. Four of Cups, somebody not wanting to be reached. And Queen of God, every pole Queen of Cups here. How many cards are we going to go? What, six? Six, seven, eight. I'll do eight. Six of Coins, withholding information. And Knight of Swords. Can I have one card in relation to Harry's energy within these meetings towards William? King of Wands, which is the Henry VIII energy, and the Emperor. Okay. So this, oh yeah. He's wielding his power. You know, the Emperor card is the card of power. He wants the king to himself. Um, this is not anything new. This is a repeating pattern. I'm also feeling as well that on another level, it wasn't the space for all parties to come together. Um, this is what Harry wanted. King of Wands. Step into his kingly energy. If you keep wondering why I'm saying Henry VIII all the time, I'm not on drugs. If you're just watching me for the first time, um, Prince Harry was Henry VIII in a previous incarnation, obviously. Um, I'm going to pull on Four of Cups clarifier. Four of Cups clarifier. The Hanged Man struggling to talk, struggling to bring balance, needing to see it from a different perspective. Can I have a card for Prince William in this situation? Show me Prince William's energy, please. Yeah, show me Prince William's energy, then I'm going to pull on whether William wants to build a bridge. Show me Prince William's energy towards these meetings or meeting. Ace of Coins, interesting. Strength. So I would also say here, let's keep pulling that William is okay with. Oh, we've got the devil. Oh, maybe not. Let's keep pulling. We'll do four for him. Page of Swords. No, he's not okay. The Fool, the Leap of Faith. Wanting to just focus on his self. So William isn't interested in these meetings. Um, Possibly it's too soon for them. Where was the ace of, oh, it's there, the ace of coins. Let me do a clarifier for the ace of coins. I'm feeling that when William and Harry come together, and this can be of many siblings, they can go quite childish. There can be a childish energy around them both, okay? And I'm feeling there's a stubbornness here. And again, you know, he's been through the ringer, has Prince William, with this. But there's a stubborn energy, a stuck energy. Ace of coins, clarifier, please. Nine of coins, yeah. And there's ego in this as well. There's, you know, these two are brought up, heir and spare, future king, spare, and that energy is still around them. Um, both wanting to be important, both wanting to be seen, or both wanting to be valued, or both wanting the attention of daddy, or both wanting the attention of money. That's interested. Don't know if there's been issues with money. So yeah, so it's possibly best just sticking to the king at this stage, and seeing how things go with the king, rather than bringing all the family in at once, if that makes sense. Because I'm also feeling as well it would be too much to start getting all the different people together. Keep it simple, keep it grounded. Um, yes. Okay. So Harry in look. Hello, Mercury retrograde. My old friend starts today. Harry in Angola. And for this part of the reading, I'm going to use the Field Tarot by Hannah Elizabeth Fofana. What's her name? Fofana. Oh, yes, we're still recording, thank God. So, show me, because again, there's rumours that he's doing this for ego, he's doing this for attention. The rumour is, oh, I need to do pawn something else as well. Or maybe ask you guys. I'll come back to it in a minute. The rumour is that he's only gone to Angola, according to the press, allegedly, to make a snipe at Camilla because it's her birthday, or it was her birthday around about the time of this. So, let's pull cards on why is Harry in Angola, apart from going walking through minefields. I mean, the symbolism of that for both Harry and Diana. I mean, I genuinely believe that Diana did it out of the kindness of her heart. I think there was a good energy there within Diana, but their whole lives seem to be walking through a minefield. I'm all about symbolism. They just seem to be constantly walking through a minefield. Um, so show me Harry's. Ooh, what's this one? Clarity cutting through the bullshit. Show me the real reason why Harry is in Angola. 'Cause, in, 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 Now, this celebration card here is four of wands, and it can come up for weddings, christenings, bar mitzvahs, birthdays, coronations, engagements, passing your driving test, passing your exams. It's Camilla's birthday. The three of us in this marriage at the bottom of the deck. So again, he is carrying on the wounding of his mother. Oh, okay. It's not as simple as that. And I'm being told we mustn't throw shade at him because this is also down to cells within the body. So when she's been pregnant with him, you absorb your mum's stuff, whether you like it or you don't. And if you're able, with healers and therapists and grounded people and partners, to work through your shite and work through those cells energy and release it intelligently, you're on a good road. He hasn't had that as Harry. So he is literally stuck in this energy that Diana held, and can't transmute it. Is not in the right area to transmute it. The right people around him. In fact, they're feeding it. So that's quite kind of sad, isn't it? Um, you know, that you can still be in that same pattern. So this is biology. This isn't just energetic. So deception. So we've got deception there. He's in the that old energy that Diana did have. I love Diana, but she could, no bashing in the comments, but I don't like people, anyone I read on, I do not like to see them bashed in the comments. If you can't put a comment without bashing people, then please refrain because it's not nice. Um, Two of Swords, decisions, very swordy energy. Fortune, the Wheel of Fortune. Instigation, the Prince of Wands. Again, it's very ego-y, wanting to be the center of attention. Caught in the middle again, caught in the past, can't release the past. The moon, the illusion, the internal world, the mother wound. The moon represents the divine feminine, the mother wound, the internal world. It can also represent, the womb, periods, cells of the womb, transmutation. Um, that's interesting. Ooh, I'm hearing that men should have womb healing. Actually, this is no shock. That men should have womb healing. No, they shouldn't, Claire. They don't have wombs. They've been in a womb. So men should also have womb healing. So when we're all banging the drum for women healing their wombs, men also need womb healing. Obviously, it'll be very different for them because they don't have the physical womb, but they've been in the womb. And the womb is the most powerful part of the body. Okay? That's why people want to suppress it. That's why people want to suppress the feminine. Okay, so he could do his sitting with a hardcore, cutting some cords, hardcore shaman to really get that womb healing done. That's what he needs. He needs womb healing, um, exploration, and then he can really step into who he's meant to be. But until then, loop, 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 loop. Right. Oh yeah, this is strange, is this? So on Diana's birthday, not Diana's birthday, oh, 19th of July she got married. Was it 30th, 19th? It was 19th of July. Interesting. Um, on Camilla's birthday, because I like to, I'm sad like that. I had a sneaky peek of Megan's account and she'd put the most bizarrest thing on her Instagram. She'd put a picture of some bottles of wine in a stories. I think this was a stories post, and she put something like, "This is for all my girlfriends' birthdays." And I was like, well, Camilla, it was just bizarre. It was bizarre. It was just strange, really strange. Um, I don't even know if I want to pull cards on it because it was that weird. Let's just pull a card for it. And then we're going to get to Diana and Sophie. I'm going to pull a card for Megan's post. King of Cups and yeah, it's a me. Very cold, calculated. Yeah, it's strange as well. Right, the deck I'm going to use for Diana and Sophie is this one. I've not used it for ages, and it's the Mystic Palette Tarot by Cairo Marchetti. So, show me the energy between Diana. No, let's go back to basics. How did Diana feel about Sophie coming into the royal family? How did Diana feel? Oh, defensive. Defensive. Threatened. The hermit, very quiet, still wrought waters run deep. Ew, interesting. Angry, upset, worried. The devil. Hurting. Um, I don't know why I don't use this deck often. Knight of Wands. Wanting to make her mark, as in Diana. Dressed in the chariot. Do six cards. Restricted, going into victimhood, feeling threatened, feeling betrayed. Again, she's on the defensive. She's going in. I mean, she's a Cancerian, and Cancerians, we do get pincy. Three, four, five. So we'll do eight. The King of Wands, threat to power, and Two of Swords. I'll pull on Sophie in a minute. So Diana is feeling threatened. I know she's no reason, we don't think, to feel threatened, but feeling vulnerable, feeling triggered because I think she called her goody two shoes as well. Um, I'm just being shown that it's from a place of hurt and jealousy. And again, here was someone that came in from a stable family, that had had her time as a young woman, that had been able to build a career for herself. And it was imbalancing. And rather than Diana being able to alchemize this and work with it, she felt threatened by it. I'm also feeling as well there was possibly a trigger because I know Sophie has actually come up to the mark during her time in the royal family, but she did tend to fashion herself on Diana. She really did. That hairstyle she had in the run up to her marriage was just what Diana had in the 1977. I wonder what was happening with Sophie in 1977, 1997. Um, so that would have been triggering as well. Feeling pushed out as well. How did Sophie feel about Diana? How did Sophie reach Jones? Oh, interesting. Sophie Reese Jones. Reese Jones. Reese Jones, yeah? Now, the soul knows everything. I believe firmly the soul knows when you're going to pass it. It knows a plan more than this physical body does. There's something in that. Now, I know Diana in the 90s. I mean, Diana always felt that she was going to go young anyway, but Diana was very psychic and very intuitive. And even that there was something in that. It was the name Reese Jones. I know physical Diana didn't know that she was going to have a bodyguard called Trevor Reese Jones. Blah, 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 blah. I know all that. But at an energetic perspective, there was something triggering her. It's a bit like when you go around an old castle and you just feel ick there for no reason. It's because of your past life, connection. Or You know, remember when we were looking for this house, we were kept driving past a certain part of Lincolnshire, and I kept feeling, ooh, well, that was the cut off to this house. Didn't know it then. Um, Interesting. So there's that playing as well. How did Sophie feel about Diana? How did Sophie? Sophie Rees Jones, and I'm calling her Rees Jones because she was Rees Jones back then. And I want to connect with that Sophie, not the Duchess of Edinburgh Sophie. How did Sophie feel about Diana? Ew. Quite in awe of her. I do like this deck actually. Quite in awe of her. Possibly wanting a piece of her sparkle. No judgment, you know. Not in a, it doesn't feel in a callous way, I don't think. But wanting to be as liked and as loved. Um, Interesting. King of Pentacles. And then again, an energy of in awe, looking up to. Four of Wands. Wanting to be like her. The World. That's interesting as well. I like this deck. Stop saying that, Claire. Wowzers. That card as well. That looks like Buckingham Palace gates, that, doesn't it? For a quick, I know it's not, but quickly, very, those main gates at Buckingham Palace. And that feels like puppet master energy with those women. Now, that could be the press pitting them against each other. It could be people in the palace pitting them against each other, using them as pawns. Interesting. Ooh, and the High Priestess illusion. So there's the feel that there's a lot going on here. It's not just Sophie didn't like her or Sophie loved her. It's very still waters run deep. Um, I'm feeling that possibly there was a little bit of starstrucky energy going on, and then that suddenly disappeared. Um, an overwhelming energy, but there's also an intimidation energy. Felt intimidated by Diana. Um, it's almost like with that Four of Wands, it feels as though when Diana comes into a room, it was like, it always was. You know what I mean? Um, right, let's get them together. So, how did they get on together? How did they get on together? How did Diana and Sophie get on together? Ooh, not very well. Non-starter, as Diana would have said. Again, this puppet master, somebody's pulling the strings, somebody's manipulating behind the scenes. Um, I can't, I was only, well, how old would I have been when Sophie came on the scene? 11, 12. So I can't really remember what the press were like with her or the royal family like with her, but it really feels as though I'm feeling like a medieval. I know it weren't medieval times, but back then it kind of was, especially in royal circles with pushing women and using women to get attention, and it's very difficult. They weren't really given a chance to bond. Five of coins, both out in the cold type energy, both feeling sorry for themselves, feeling inferior of each other. Ace of Wands energy, Devil energy. defensive, unreachable. Got Justice card. I'm going to do a couple more. I don't know why I'm doing a couple more, but I just am. We've got the Empress and the Creator, and we've got the Knight of Wands. Okay, so I want to do a clarifier for the Empress. I don't know why, but I'm going to do a clarifier for the Empress. No, it's not the Empress, is it? It's the Four of Cups. Unreachable, but it's got Empress vibes to it. Four of Cups clarifier. Illusion. Delusion. Diana was caught up in her pain and her trauma. And I'm feeling that had Diana been alive, I don't know, I'd hate to say if she'd have lived, because we don't know what she'd have looked like. And I do wish people would stop using AI to make Diana look in her 60s. I find that so offensive when people are using AI to age her. What would she have looked now, either on thumbnails or on Instagram posts? I must make that clear now. I think it's appalling doing that. She died at age 36. Anyway, rant over. Diana had an immaturity about her. She was in pain. She was all over the place. Her life was all over the place. Her role as Princess of Wales was all over the place. She wasn't grounded in who she was as a woman. She didn't know how to use her beauty to the best advantage. She didn't know how to step into her divine feminine, divine and balance the divine feminine and masculine. Um, A red rag to, I'm not trying to say like Sophie was like a red rag to a bull. At that time in her life, Sophie was like a red rag to a bull. There's all this stuff going on. She's coming in, she's starting like I said at the beginning of this read, Sophie was very different and it was a red rag to a bull. I'm also being shown as well things that people had said to Sophie. So I don't know who it was, whether it's one or two people, but people were trying to keep them apart because they didn't want her as in Sophie. I hate the word corrupting. But they wanted to keep Sophie untouched by Diana so that Sophie didn't go the same way. So we saw that in that Puppet Mastercard. Anyway, that's the reading. Interesting, very sad. And, maybe that's why many women don't get on together because of their inferiority complexes, um, for different reasons, for different levels. Um, Sad but true. So, yes, woo. Thanks for watching. There is a playlist on here called CT's Royal Tarot, of which you can work your way through. And yeah, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one.